Fair. Well, not back to, but we are going to Vanity Fair. Okay, so Vanity Fair, right? First look at The Crow. Flies again with Bill Skarsgård and FKA Twigs. Excuse me. More than 30 years after the tragedy struck the Brandon Lee version, director Rupert Sanders launches a new incarnation. Okay, let's start very, very quickly with my overall sort of... Okay, let's go back to this. Let's go back. I'm back, sorry. Just before we get back to the article. My overall feeling of a Crow reboot is it might be needed. It might be needed. This version is not what we needed. This is not what we needed. No, what are we doing? What are we doing? This movie is cursed. It's always been cursed. I even feel a little scared talking about it. I'm not gonna lie. This movie's been cursed from day one. From day negative 300. The universe did not want this movie to be made. And I'll tell you why. Let me go through a list of actors that were attached to this movie before Bill Skarsgård was. And when I tell you, it's a list. First, we've got Mark Wahlberg. Thank the heavens that didn't go through, because that just would have been a train wreck. Yeah, I'm a Crow. Oh, no, that would have been so bad. Oh my god, whoever's idea that was, what casting agent needs to get fired for that? I don't know. Next, we've got Bradley Cooper. Never would have been my choice for it, but Fairs, I would have still gone to see it because I love The Crow. But I'm glad that didn't happen. Then it was attached to Luke Evans. That's when I started getting excited. I was like, ooh, I could see a Luke Evans doing this. I love Luke Evans. Good old Welsh boy. And I got excited. That didn't pan through. So after Luke Evans, we went to Jack Houston. That didn't pan through. From Jack Houston, we went to Jason Momoa, and it looked like that might have been catching steam. That didn't go through. Then it was Tom Hiddleston. That didn't go through. Like, this movie has always been cursed. And I'm not just talking about the stuff, of course, that happened on the original. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee. That was such a tragedy. It was such tragedy, and it's really sad, and it's obviously not nice that The Crow is such a great movie, and it turned out to be such an iconic sort of staple in pop culture, and it's attached to that terrible tragedy, which I don't think is all that much of an accident, as much as people probably say it was. So this movie is cursed in general. I'm just saying, this movie is bound to fail. I just believe so in my bones. And I hate to say that because I don't want any movie to fail. I want every movie to succeed. I want everybody to make profit from making movies. And I want all the movies to be good. And I want everyone to love the movies that come out. But that's just not going to happen. We don't live in La La Land. Even though I wish I did, because Emma Stone would be dancing with me right now. And I'd be a good jazz player. But it's not the case. And I don't live in La La Land. So let's get to the article. Okay, Bill Skarsgård is probably known in this country as the guy beneath Pennywise's creepy clown Greasepaint in the recent It Chillers. But that will likely change when audience get their first look at the Swedish actor and director Rupert Sanders' new big screen take on The Crow. Skarsgård steps into the role of goth rocker Eric Draven, who, along with his lover Shelley, FKA Twigs, is brutally murdered when the demons of Shelley's past, in the form of a deliciously insinuating Danny Houston, catch up with them. Caught in a limbo state between the living and the dead, Eric sets out to avenge their deaths, walking the gossamer fine line between the natural world and the supernatural one. What drew me to this opportunity was to make a dark romance, something that dealt with loss, grief, and ethereal veil between life and death and reaching through that, says Sanders, whose previous credits include 2012 Snow White and the Huntsman, Ew, and 2017's Ghost in the Shell. Now, Ghost in the Shell, whitewashing casting aside, is not that bad of a movie. I will say that. I will admit that. I do not think it was an awful movie. And to be fair, I didn't watch the anime, so anime fans don't come at me. Realizing he's beginning to sound a little emo, the Brit laughs and adds, "Look, I grew up listening to Joy Division and The Cure." Hey, that doesn't make us... I mean, if that makes me emo, I love The Cure. Come on. Yesterday I got so old I thought that I could die. And this, you got a lot of me singing on this episode, guys. I'm sorry about that if you don't enjoy that. And this movie is a bit like the Cure song, The Beauty of Melancholy. You know the thing about me singing as well? I feel like, because I'm banned in my house from whenever I leave the four walls of my room. Let me get this. Okay, like I said, I apologize for the singing today. I think I just have a scratch I need to itch, because as soon as I leave the four walls of this room, I'm not allowed to sing. Like, my siblings yell at me, my sisters start crying, my parents don't like it. So this is the only place I'm allowed to do it, guys. So, like, let me be, please. Let me be. Let me be. And you guys can't also not like me singing as well at this point, because then I just can't express joy anymore. Okay, back to me not expressing joy and talking about this crappy reboot. Okay, can we go back to, let me just go back to, I don't want to go back to the article per se. I just want to take a look at this character design again. What in God's name is this? What the hell are they doing? This looks a bit better. It does look a bit better. Now listen, I'm not asking you to copy Brandon Lee, sorry. That would have been a different movie if it was Jason Lee. But I'm not asking you to copy Brandon Lee's makeup for the original. But I need to know straight away, though, that's the Crow. And this one maybe sways me a little more, I will say. These don't, though. These look like Ryan Gosling from Drive. And I'm hoping that this is before he dies. I'm hoping this is from before he dies. This one. And I'm hoping that this is when he actually becomes the Crow and he's living in that in-between space. But to me, when I see that, I see Jared Leto's Joker. I see Ryan Gosling in Drive. I don't really see the Crow. I'm not optimistic about this movie. I'm not expecting it to do well. And you know who else isn't expecting it to do well? Sony. That's why they were like, oh, the Crow's coming out? Okay, Bad Boys, let's move you a week forward so you can drop on the same day as the Crow, and we're going to beat its ass. Because that's how confident they are in Bad Boys 4. Which, by the way, probably, like, I'm surprised to see, I'm intrigued to see how that might come out with the whole Will Smith, like, post-Will Smith saga. Because I feel like people are, like, I feel like audiences would see another Bad Boys movie. That the new Bad Boys movie was okay. Ending was weird. Like, I didn't expect there to be magic. But I think audience will see another Bad Boys movie. So the fact that even Sony were like, yo, guys, guess what's coming out? Guess what's coming out on June 7th? The Crow. Let's drop our shit on that day. And they did. And they moved up a week, and now they're dropping and competing with The Crow. And Bad Boys is going to beat it. Even though I'll probably go see The Crow first. But Bad Boys is going to beat it. Well, that's the end of the show for today, guys.